Hawken's perspective.
Hawken! Barks my sister from the head of the column, her tone that of someone not about to be told that she is breaching decorum by asking a porter to consult. I make my way up the line of women, each bearing part of the kill we butchered earlier. I've managed to mostly get used to walking on only 7 feet, so I don't stumble as I walk to her side. My injuries may have plummeted me down the hierarchy, but clearly, Cocoan does not care about that right now. I can't say I blame her. Sister, I say as I reach her. She points a finger down the pass and asks, "What in the Weaver's name are those things?" indicating the small crowd of strange beings. I cannot tell you, sister, though I can say that they are certainly no vermin. They look to be people, but not of any kind I'm familiar with. People? She sneers incredulously. Yes, sister, look at their garb. Look at their weaponry. Look at the way they do not flee from us. Those are people, I answer. One of the alien creatures raises a too many-fingered palm and waves it through the air, shouting something incomprehensible. Do they think to challenge us? Snarls Cocoan, enraged. The gesture doesn't seem challenging, sister. I think they're inviting us closer. Perhaps they wish to converse. My sister emits a guttural growl as she sizes up the newcomers. We could turn back and head to the pass we came by last night, I suggest. Toothblade spared, she turns on me and snarls. I will not have it said that Cocoan's huntresses showed their spinnerets to a few little verminoid freaks blocking a pass. We move forward. Be on guard, everyone. We don't know what these things are, what they want, or what they're capable of. With that order, she strides forward. The rest of the party fall into a defensive grouping around her. I recede back to my place among the porters.
Emiko's perspective.
No! Jabbers Samus uncomfortably as we look down at the V-shaped valley that Tymantia found for us at the cavalry detachment that just appeared.
Why spiders? The fuck did they have to ride fucking spiders?
Samus, shut up, I say, not looking at her and keeping my tone level and sweet. She does a double take at the bluntness of my words and the juxtaposition with my tone, but mercifully shuts up. We're over here. Come this way, I invite, smiling toothlessly at the nearly 24 mounted aliens. Arachnophobia is not a reason to sully this moment that will be once in these people's entire history. The humanoid figures, sat astride their 8-legged mounts, are recognizably the same as the one depicted in that statue we found on the desert peninsula. I can't imagine that their styles of headdress or helmet would so easily match those worn by people 2,000 kilometers and 10,000 years removed from them, so those black horns and red tusks must be part of their anatomy. I see a few colors and styles of sleek integument atop their heads between their horns. The flesh of their faces is a strikingly iridescent dark blue color. Their thick bodies are dressed in fine-looking, silky garments in various colors, over top of glossy bluish-black plate armor that perfectly matches that their mounts are clad in. Here and there, metallic-looking red spikes jut from their armor, a good match to their tusks. Their weapons all look to be tipped with blades of the same stuff. Their legs hang down in front of where their steeds' faces must be. Weirdly, the footwear they have seems to be completely impractical for riding. There's no articulation south of their knee, their lower legs each looking like one solid knee-high stiletto sabaton. They look impossible to walk in. That's not the only strange thing going on in that general vicinity either. I can't see a single one of their mounts' faces. All of the riders look almost like they're sitting on top of the poor things' heads, with their loin covering draping down between their legs and covering their steeds' eyes and mouths. Actually, no. It's more like the mounts must have each rider's pelvis clamped between their mandibles. The spiders must have immense faith in their riders if they're willing to allow themselves to be blinded like that. Or maybe they're naturally blind, so it doesn't make much difference to them. The first contactees began galloping down the valley towards us. I'm uncertain to see any system of reins or stirrups by which the animals are being directed. Very curious to learn the trick. They draw closer and closer. It isn't until they're around 30 meters away that realization dawns on me. What I perceived as a detachment of cavalry is not. Now that they're closer, I can see that these people are not humanoids sat astride arachnoid mounts. They are, in fact, arachnoids themselves. These people are half-ton Jorogomo with an orthograde torso, head and arms, pronograde abdomen and 8 powerful legs. Their armor is clearly not a fashion choice, but an integral part of their bodies. What I took for stiletto-armored feet are clearly gross manipular pedipalps. Now that they're closer, I can see that each of them have 2 main eyes in more or less the same placement and proportion to their heads as a human's, but above each are 3 smaller eyes in a little crescent, with the concave side pointing down. Each eye matches the color of his pair, but no pair of eyes matches the color of any other pair on the same face. Likewise, there's a great variety of combinations of colors across all of them. The tallest, bulkiest one, who appears to be the leader, is nearly 3 meters tall as they approach, but since that wasn't bad enough, they straighten their legs to gain another meter. They pull back the scaly iridescent flesh of their lips, revealing metallic red tooth plates. As if nature delighted in going overboard when designing this species, the tooth plates part to reveal rows of sharp, triangular, spellbook-like teeth in the same blood red. They jab a spear that's head seems to be made of one of their own kind's feet towards On, and demand, Dokwekar, Ishk Dokwakes, Gistokes, Gamhek Thor Wilkaki, Kelweko Wakoro, Kortan? In a bassy, gravelly, guttural voice. It takes me a moment to realize that I think they're a she probably recognizes Durasteel from the probe, meaning she must have seen the probe. Not as if I can explain it to her, at least for the moment. I step forward, and her attention whips to me. My name is Emiko Smiles Miyazaki, I declare, smiling toothlessly and touching my fingertips to my chest. I am a woman not of your world. We have come from beyond the stars to invite you to become a part of a great interstellar community, known as the Galactic Union. It is a privilege and a delight to be the one to say, welcome. At that moment, something thigh-height and green streaks out of the undergrowth to my left. It clears the distance to the leader in a fraction of a second, covering the last few meters with a 2-meter vertical jump to impact her midriff. I have just enough time to process it as a 90cm or so tailed humanoid as it scrambles up her front. It makes it to her shoulders and flips acrobatically over her head, dangling from her pink braid, pulling her hair back to reveal a patch of soft maroon flesh visible beneath her chin. The green-clothed, hooded, masked figure deftly draws a blood-red metallic dagger from her hip and screams, Potloy! Before stabbing it into the chink in the enormous woman's armor. Neon blue blood gushes from her throat as she chokes and sputters. The tiny assailant dismounts her target with a double backflip, spitting, Rock, Batmuit! All around us, hundreds of the little humanoids pour from the bushes, screaming a battle cry as the gigantic Spider-Woman collapses to the ground.
Cocoan's perspective.
My legs give out as my lungs fill with blood. Dully, I look around myself at the hundreds of vermin attacking my hunting party. Since when were vermin capable of organizing something like this? I feel one of them climb on my back. In a surge of strength, I reach behind myself and snatch one of its limbs. I bring it over my head and dash it against the ground. A male, wielding a stolen thanatite arrow like a spear. He'll soon be dead from what I just did to his ribcage. My consciousness fades in and out of focus. Why are my people plagued by this dirty little race of thieves? What vicious deity did we so offend with our existence that saw fit to unleash this punishment on us? I am snapped back to reality by the sound of thunder cutting through the din of battle. One of the foreigners has the weird object they carry turned skyward. It blasts a second discharge before the golden-haired foreigner levels it forward in clear threat. The sound of hundreds of vermin scampering away to the bushes is audible behind me. It seems the foreigners are not in league with the vermin, at least. Now it occurs to me, as several of them draw metal blades which incomprehensibly start to glow and roar as they wave them back and forth aggressively. That doesn't necessarily make them friends. I feel hands on my shoulders. I turn and make out Harkin's face. "We have to get out of here, sister," says the woman whose stolen foot was used by that cursed vermin girl to murder me, frantically. Her voice is distant, like I'm hearing it from several rooms away, and the cloth between us is dampening it. "You have to get up. We have to leave," she says, her attention flicking between me and the advancing foreigners. I grasp the tip of my spear and push it against her chest. "Go," I gurgle. Her expression is distraught as she looks from me to the burning weapons and back. Eventually she accepts that with this wound, I'm already dead. She takes my spear, turns and flees. Good. Surveying the battle scene, it looks as if I am the only casualty. The only non-vermin casualty, at least. A good 22 to 23 vermin lay dead or dying. A pity it wasn't more of the impertinent little fiends. "Fucking shit show," cries one of the foreigners, sheathing his blade at his hip and gesturing past me. "Seems like there's two sapient species on this planet," adds the golden-haired one, holding the thunderbox.
Allah da Zukcha,
mutters the short, fat, orange-haired one, in shoulder-to-toe metal clothes so smooth I can see myself reflected in them.
"Chunda kan thiap am on ting don tree?"
shouts one of the two in blindingly white clothes with rich red accents, pointing at me.
"Ni all, bat da lam fan kon lai trong, ki toi chua, tri choi choi ai."
The other one in white and red runs past me. The one who spoke is approaching me. Holding out two palms to me, they say, "Hu gan di, he bin ting." I draw my lips back over my toothplates and try to hiss. A sickening gurgle is all that escapes my mouth. The foreigner does not stop his approach. I slash the two finger claws of my left hand at him. The much larger copper-haired foreigner who is approaching behind yanks the white and red-clad one out of the way before my claws can rake across his chest.
"Looks like you got a non-cooperative pay transfer, Doc. Might be a good idea to let her pass out before you treat her. Safer that way."
The pair of them make no further move to approach me, just standing there out of reach, looking at me while my world grows steadily darker. Oh, Weaver, take me home. Take me to the warm land.
"Chonda kan thiap am on ting don tree." Fucking hell. Alright. Let's try and unfuck this.
"Chunta kan tiet lap un tien der tree," shouts one of the two in blindingly white clothes with rich red accents, pointing at me. "Koya chong ni chat, ni hol, bat da lam fan kon lan tring kang, choing." Koyan chon yin yat, ni hol, bat da lam fan kon lan yin tree. Chunta kan tiet, up tien do tree. Chunja kan tiet lap un tien der tree. Shouts one of the two in oh my god.
โชว์ทานดังเขียนยัด on 23 fuck ครับผมชนตาคันเทียบ oh fuck ชนตาคันเทียบยัดดูนชนตาคันเทียบยัด on 23 ชนตาคันยับทุ่มจุดมึงชนตาคันเทียบลำ on 23 close คุยอังจองยินยัดนิโอประตูลำฟันคุยอังจองยินยัดนิโอประตูลำฟังคนลังชงคิงโทชินชูไอคายนิโอประตูลำฟังคนลังชงนิโอปัตตาลำฟังคนลังทรีคิงโดนิโอปัตตาลำฟังคนลังทรีคีโตทรีนิโอปัตตาลำฟังคนลังทรีคีโตช่วยทรี shit come on นิโอปัตตาลำฟังคนลังทรีคีนิโอปัตตาลำฟังคนลังทรีคิดช่วยนี่โอลปัตตาลำฟังคนลิงทรีนี่โอลปัตตาลำฟังคนไลทรี